My favorite Disney film of all time.
My favorite Disney movie will be Always and Forever, Robin Hood. It's the greatest. It's swashbuckling adventure. You can never convince me otherwise.
If I have to say it's a tie, and this way I don't have to choose a favorite. Obviously, Frozen and Frozen 2. Elsa is just a big part of my heart, but The Little Mermaid came out the year I was born and I grew up with it, so that's obviously something I love, plus Ursula, which you'll get a sneak peek of that later, and The Emperor's New Groove for a deep cut.
My favorite Disney film ever since I was a little girl is The Little Mermaid. It's also just my favorite fairy tale. But I love The Little Mermaid. It was my first movie I ever saw in theaters as a tiny wee babe. And I used to reenact on my sofa, on my couch when I was a kid, the like emerging from the rock. I used to do that a lot.
I have two. One is Beauty and the Beast. Obviously, it was my favorite as a child and it still is. And then my second favorite one, which is a newer movie, is The Princess Diaries, because it is so quotable and really, really funny.
So I would cheat and say Star Wars because Disney owns Star Wars now. But if we're going with classics, honestly, probably Hunchback, because it's most different of the Disney Renaissance films.
The Hunchback of Notre Dame. I was actually only introduced to it a couple of years ago, and I remember when I first heard the orchestral swelling in the beginning of Bells of Notre Dame that I started to cry with how beautiful it was.
Enchanted, and a close second is going to be all the Marvel movies.
So a couple of my favorite Disney movies are, of course, Mulan, Big Hero 6, and Coco. I recently saw Encanto, and I really loved it as well, so it's definitely just magic all around.
My favorite Disney movie is WALL-E. I think it is the most perfect film Disney and Pixar have ever created, but I would be remiss to not include Sleeping Beauty. That is another one of my very favorite Disney films, just holds a very special place in my heart.
So I think my favorite Disney movie has been Hercules since I was very young, mainly because I've always loved Greek mythology.
It's probably Bedknobs and Broomsticks, because you've got Angela Lansbury and the dad from Mary Poppins fighting Nazis with magical suits of armor.
So my favorite Disney film has always been Tangled. The animation and the art style are just so gorgeous. The storytelling is brilliant. I See the Light, I think, is one of the best Disney love songs, if not the best Disney love song.
Newsies in 1992, Christian Bale, amazing masterpiece. Like it more than the musical. I know that is a hot take.
When I was a kid, I absolutely adored Aladdin. I had so many people tell me that I looked like Princess Jasmine when I was a kid because my hair was just so long.
Treasure Planet, which is a very underrated Disney film.
Well, my favorite Disney movie is Mulan.
My favorite Disney film is Lady and the Tramp. Edwardian aesthetic, slice of life with very low stakes, and the romance, the relationship building during the entire movie is, mwah, it's beautiful. It is problematic. I skip over the Siamese cat song pretty much every single time now, and the stereotypical portrayals of like European countries is, but I love it. Even the straight to VHS sequel. I mean, look at her, she's so cute.